Anyways, moving on, we have Kikou Shoujo wa Kizutsukanai. The symphonic school battle action story follows a boy puppeteer named Raishin Akabane, who travels from Japan with his female automaton Yaya to study at the highest institution for machinart, the craft of making automatons. A combat tournament at this Walpurgis, like fucking Madoka Walpurgis? Walpurgis Royal Academy in England determines the top puppeteer, or Mahou. Isn't that just king in Japanese? Anyways, so this sounds kind of interesting. I'm probably going to give it a go. It seems like it could also be stupid bullshit based on that, that picture right there, but I'll give it a shot. 3 episodes, see how it goes, turns out, etc. Who knows? Moving on, we have Yowamushi Pedal. The story centers around Sakamichi Onoda, a high school otaku who loves figures from anime and games so much that he would ride his commuter bicycle to and from Tokyo's Akihabara shopping district in a 90-kilometer, about 60-mile, round trip over steep slopes. Noda ends up joining the competitive sports of bicycle racing. I've seen the preview for this. It's like a whole lot of bike racing stuff. It seems kind of cool. I don't know if I'm going to give this show a shot. I mean, technically bike racing is also a sport, and again, it's not boring because it's a sport. It's just, I'm just saying, tying into the fact, I'm acknowledging that it's a sport and saying that, yes, sports do kind of bore me. But anyways, the opening is being done by Rookies is Punked, which is a band I really like for their Durarara opening. So I'm interested in that, just because of that. But, who knows, I could end up doing, watching it for real, instead of just the opening. I'm not sure yet. If it's something I have time to watch, maybe I'll give it a shot and see how good it is, but otherwise I'm just gonna watch the opening, probably multiple times. Anyways, moving on, we have Non Biyori. The slice of life comedy is set in countryside school with only 5 students total. The nearest bookstore is 20 minutes away by bicycle. A certain Drew_P magazine comes out on Wednesdays instead of Mondays, and the video rental store is 10 stations away. 5th grade schoolgirl Hotaru Ichijo transfers from Tokyo to this school and readjusts to this slow life in the country. Her fellow schoolmates are Natsumi, Komari, Renge, and Komari's big brother Suguru in the 3rd year of middle school. This synopsis sounds like something that normally wouldn't really interest me because it's, moving to the rural countryside, and rural stuff normally doesn't interest me. Silver Spoon last season was an exception. But I think I might just give the show a shot. It seems like it could be a nice story of, adjusting to the new setting and all that jazz. And plus, it's being done by Silver Link, so bias. I've already mentioned my bias for Silver Link, so I'm going to give the show 3 episodes to see if it's good or not. And if it is, then I'll keep watching. And if not, then, whatever. Whatever. But anyways, moving on, we have Aoki Hagane no Arpeggio Ars Nova. I originally knew the translated title for this, but I can't remember it. Anyways, moving on. In the story, humanity lost much of its developed land due to global warming in the first half of the 21st century. Then, a fleet of fog, loaded with superweapons, suddenly appears all over the world. Without the ability to withstand this fleet, humanity was defeated and could no longer travel the seas. 17 years after the devastating naval war, Gunzo Chihaya and his friends somehow commandeer a fleet of fog submarine and rename it I-401. Together with the Iona's I-401's mental model, or physical incarnation in humanoid form, they take on the Fleet of Fog. It sounds kind of weird. I've heard from people who've read the manga version of this that it's kind of okay. But I don't know. I think I could give it a shot. It sounds like it could be interesting with this random fleet thing going in and blowing up a bunch of shit or something. I think. Humanity was defeated, essentially. I don't know, humanity versus the sea, I guess. I don't know. It's nature, it's Mother Nature fighting back. It's happening all over again. Anyways, I'll probably give this a shot about, 3 episodes, see if it's good or not. If otherwise, then, whatever. Anyways, moving on, we have Tokyo Ravens. The school's supernatural fantasy centers around Horotaro, a boy from a branch of the Tsuchimikado family of Onmyodu occult practitioners. However, he lacks the ability to see spirit energy, so he is now just an ordinary high school student. Natsume, a girl who was Harutora's childhood friend and the next head of the Tsuchimikado family, reunites with Horotaro and changes his future. I don't know. It seems like it's kind of some supernatural stuff that seems like it could be pretty interesting, but I don't know if it's going to be good or not, so I'll probably just give it 3 episodes to see if it's good or not, as per usual. Okay. Maybe there aren't a lot of shows this season I'm watching no matter what. There's a lot of shows I'm just giving a chance. but I'm expecting them to be good. Anyways, this is another show I'm going to give 3 episodes to. It sounds like this synopsis could be interesting, could be dumb, but 3 episodes to see however it turns out. Anyways, moving on, we have BLAZBLUE Alter Memory. The story is set in December of 2199, when the streets are full of anticipation for the end of the year and the start of the new one. Amid the celebrations, word spreads that Ragna the Blood Edge, an SS-class rebel, or double S-class rebel with the highest ever bounty on his head, has appeared in the 13th hierarchical city of Kagutsuchi. The apparent aim of Ragna, or the Grim Reaper, is the destruction of the system controlling the world. To collect the bounty, a motley array of unrivaled fighters converge on Kagutsuchi. So this is being obviously based on the game BLAZBLUE, which I'm really fond of. It's probably my favorite fighting game. However, people are really hyped for this because of all that stuff, and like, oh my god, it's being hyped on being based on BLAZBLUE, and oh my god, that is, a good story and stuff, and, it's gonna be pretty interesting in a show form. Keep in mind, the story in BLAZBLUE actually isn't really all that good. It's extremely fucking convoluted, and doesn't make a whole lot of sense a lot of the time. People are just kind of mistaken because it's a fighting game that actually has a story. Most fighting games don't even bother. So that's why people think it has such a good story, because it actually has one. Though saying that, BLAZBLUE does have a really nice cast of characters. And because I'm such a big fan of the game, I'm obviously going to watch this show, and I'm going to love it no matter what, even if it's complete shit, because fuck you, I'm biased. So it does have a nice cast of characters, and if you haven't played the games, you can still watch this and enjoy it, I'm assuming. It's probably being, based on the synopsis, it's being based on the first game, essentially, or it's a retelling of the first game in some way. I'm assuming it'll introduce the characters, assuming you have not played the game. So even if you haven't played the games, don't worry about it. Give it a shot. It should still be pretty interesting. I'm just hoping it has copious amounts of psychotic homoeroticism because of Jin and Ragna. It's funny. Anyways, also, it'll have, hopefully, copious amounts of Rachel, because Rachel is best. Hopefully, it doesn't turn out to be amount of time Rachel is on screen divided by time of episode equals percentage of the show being good. Hopefully not, but, it'll have Rachel, and that's really all that matters in the end. Moving on, we have a really long-ass title. Ore no Nights and Takushigao Gakuen Love Kam Ogs and Ryoku da Jama Shiteru. Yeah, that's how it's pronounced. Anyways, the story centers around Kanade Amakusa, a boy cursed with the mental power of absolute multiple choice. A multiple choice quiz will suddenly appear in his mind, and the choice he makes will become his reality. For example, he would have to choose between going nude from the waist up or the waist down in school. While in school, he is given another choice. One, a beautiful girl will fall before him, or 2, he will fall from the rooftop in female clothes. He chooses option 1, and a blonde girl named Chocolat falls before him. Yeah. So basically, he chooses to live a completely generic, typical anime, manga, light novel story. Most light novels start with that story. That's the joke. A girl falls from the sky, essentially. That's literally how most light novels start nowadays, which is really what? Anyways, so it sounds super generic, but at the same time, having random choices pop up in the middle of, whatever he's doing also sounds like it could be good comedy. I'll give it 3 episodes to see if it's funny. If it's just stupid generic bullshit, then I'll probably just skip it. Otherwise, I'm kind of interested to see what kind of comedy it has as far as the multiple choice stuff goes. And yeah, the multiple choice stuff is really all that's interesting me. So yeah, that's that. Moving on, we have Samurai Flamenco. Masayoshi Hazama has decided to become the superhero Samurai Flamenco in spite of having no special abilities or modifications. Hidenori Goto is a police officer who learns his secret identity by chance, which causes him all sorts of trouble. So basically, it's Japanese Batman. This is being done by Manglobe, which is really interesting, because normally Manglobe does stupid otaku shows, or new seasons of Hayate, which are really awful. Or The World God Only Knows, which, let's face it, are also otaku stuff. So it's interesting that they're doing a more kind of down-to-earth sort of show. Well, not really down-to-earth, the guy's gonna be a superhero, but he has no superpowers. Batman. So it's kind of interesting. I'm gonna give it a shot and see how it turns out. Especially its original story. Manglobe's trying to get back on that radar as one of the top anime studios, apparently, with this. So that'll be interesting to see. I'm definitely interested to see how it goes. I mean, It could be shit, but, you know, that's what 3 episodes are for, right? Test it to see how good it is. Anyways, moving on, we have the 2nd season of Valvrave. Again, it's the 2nd season, so if you have not seen the 1st season, you probably should not watch this. In fact, you definitely should not watch this, because the 1st season literally ended on a cliffhanger. It's not so much a 2nd season, so much as literally a continuation. It's technically should still be considered the 1st season, because the story didn't end, but, hey, whatever. It had a season break. I already made a video on this. It's basically the smartest dumb show out recently, so I'm really looking forward to watching this and laughing at more dumb shit, including more so that should be fun. I swear to God, like every character in the show pronounces L-Elf differently. Anyways, moving on, we have Galilei Donna, or Donna, I don't know. The story takes place in the year 2061 AD, where global warming is a thing of the past, and the early days of a glacial era now cover the entire world. 3 descendants of Galileo living in Tuscany, Italy, Kazuki Ferrari, are suddenly attacked by a mysterious organization and ultimately end up on international wanted lists. The organization's purpose is something called Galileo Tesoro. With no clue what is going on, the 3 sisters must join forces to overcome the crisis, but their personalities are too different, making this no easy task. If I'm not mistaken, I'm not a car person, but if I'm not mistaken, Ferraris are Italian cars, aren't they? What kind of fucking racist thing is this? Like, this is the most stereotypical name they could give an Italian person. Jesus Christ. Actually, it's not even stereotypical, it's just straight up racist. That's funny. Anyways, so the synopsis sounds really fucking stupid at first, because it's like descendants of Galileo and they want to like abduct them for something stupid. But at the same time, it has the fact that their personalities are different and they're constantly clashing, so that could be interesting. It's a show I'm going to give 3 episodes to, plus the pre and promo art looks really, really nice. So I'm going to give it a shot and see how dumb it is, and if it's self-aware, and, you know, various other things to see if it's worth watching. And we'll go from there. So, hey, you know, who knows? It could be really stupid. It could be really purposely stupid. I don't even know. But I'm looking forward to see how it turns out. Anyways, next we have Koroshiya-san, the Hired Gun. I like how it has son and then the hired gun in English. Anyways, the comedy story follows the title character, who is regarded by himself and others as the best hitman in Japan. He goes by the motto, "If I have an assignment, I will kill anything." However, his killing assignments have expanded to include everything from summer vacation homework to housekeeping. The hitman never fails to kill the target. Though he does not aim to, he also never misses the laughter. It sounds like it could be a really over-the-top ridiculous comedy, which I might actually enjoy. So if someone actually subs this, I'll probably give it a watch to see how funny it is. Again, it's a comedy, so 3 episodes to see if it fits my kind of humor, and if not, then, well, fuck it, and just drop it. But it seems like it could fit my style of humor, the absurdist, over-the-top ridiculousness, manliness for no reason, that kind of stuff. I like when characters act super manly for no reason. It's just kind of there just to be, like, ridiculous. Which is probably why I like Inukami so much. God, that show's funny. Anyways. Moving on, we have Pokémon XY, which is the sequel to the Pokémon Best Wishes Season 2 TV series. Satoshi, or Ash, will remain the protagonist, and he and Pikachu will travel to Miar City, Lumiose City, at the center of the Kalos region. There they will encounter never-before-seen Pokémon and make new friends. Thus begins a new adventure as Satoshi takes on the Kalos League. Among the new Pokémon XY will be Karomatsu, which is Froakie, Chespin, and Fennekin, basically. The beginner Pokémon you've already seen. Now, I'm not entirely sure why Dent and Iris are in the picture right there, or Salon and Iris if you watch the English dub. I'm not sure why they're in this picture, because they're not in this season. There's new people who follow Ash around. It's this blonde guy and his little sister, and it's basically a gender-swapped version of May and Max, essentially. You know, the brother's the older one, the sister's the younger one. I don't remember what the guy's name is, but the girl's name's like Eureka, or Erika, or whatever. It's spelled Eureka, though. And then there's a female companion named something else I can't remember, but apparently, based on the preview I saw, she's a childhood friend of Ash, which is kind of weird. There's a scene of her having a flashback to, like, young Ash, even though he's always 10, and so he's always young, but even younger Ash, so he was, like, 5 or something. But he looked exactly the same, just shorter. So that's kind of interesting, but not really. The little girl looks like she could be annoying as shit, so it could end up being a really annoying season of Pokemon to watch. However, the older brother of the little sister is being voiced by Yukikaji, or Yukikaiji, or fuck it, Yukikaji is how I can pronounce it. Which is really nice. He actually had a prominent role in the last season too. He voiced the character that won the Ishu League, because he was the Eevee trainer. So it's nice that he actually is getting a main role in this one too. So I might just watch it for him. Well, I mean, I'm gonna watch it anyways because I like Pokemon, but, you know, maybe he'll save the show is what I'm saying. So we'll see about that. And then, yeah. Oh, and as far as why Iris and Den are in the picture, I still don't know, but, considering it's a thing Pokemon does, I'm assuming they'll make an appearance at some point later in the season. Because that's just what they do. Anyways, yeah, I don't know if there's anything else I want to say about this. So, yeah, it should be pretty good. Look kind of interesting. Looks like the, combat actually stuff, combat battles and such I've seen in the preview look like they're upgraded. Like, they have, like, 3D settings and shit while the Pokemon go around and do their moves, and, you know, the animation gets better in Pokemon every season because they, you know, get better technology and stuff and all that jazz. But it should be fun. Yuki Kaiji, main character. And so I'm interested to see how that turns out. It should be pretty good. Hopefully the little girl doesn't completely fucking ruin the show. Anyways, moving on, we have the last show of the season, which is Pupa. Or Puppa. Probably Pupa. The life and death sibling story follows Utsutsu and Yume Hasegawa, a boy and his little sister who find themselves all alone. One day, Yume sees a mysterious red butterfly, and her body undergoes a strange metamorphosis into a creature that eats humans. Utsutsu struggles to find a way to restore his sister. Funny enough, I didn't even do it on purpose, but quite a while ago, I stumbled across this manga and read the first chapter. It is fucking dark. Like, really dark. Like, the imagery is pretty grotesque, at times in it. It's very body horror-ish. It's pretty, yeah, and like, let me put it this way. The first chapter has child beatings from, like, their what's it called? Their guardian. Like, there's child beatings, and then there's, like, people being eaten, and, like, corpses being flayed, and eyeballs falling out, and it's really grotesque. It's fucking dark. I'm not sure if how well the imagery will transfer over to anime version, especially with fucking Studio Dean doing it, with their relatively quality animation that they're known for. But it'll still probably be pretty dark. And let me put it this way. This shit is dark enough that it's not even airing on TV. It's airing just on Nico Nico. I'm assuming it'll be weekly releases like a normal TV show, but it can't even air on TV. None of the fucking TV stations wanted it. That's how grotesque it can get. It's pretty damn dark. So if you want some body horror-ish dark shit that goes on, watch Pupa. It'll be on Nico Nico doing a stream. I'm assuming, you know, Horrible Subs will rip it or something. I don't think it's gonna get on anything else. I don't know if Crunchyroll is gonna grab it or whatever, but otherwise you're gonna have to watch it on Nico Nico, and I'm assuming Horrible will do a rip of it or whatever. But also because it's gonna be streaming on Nico Nico, that means the video quality is gonna be pretty bad. But that might actually add to the body horror for all I know. But yeah, that's it for this season, as far as those shows. That was really fucking long. I mean, I have a lot of audio to cut out, but it's still gonna be pretty fucking long. But to be fair, that's a lot of goddamn shows I went through. Yeah, there were a lot of shows I went through. I think it's usually summer, or is it fall season? Is it fall? Yeah, I think it's fall. Fall season is usually a lot of shows. Usually it's the season where all, like, shit tons of shows come out, so it's to be expected. Anyways, what do we have here as far as OVAs and such that I could maybe mention if there are any? Oh, I can mention that. There's the Pocket Monsters Origin OVA coming out, and I want to debunk something really quickly. A lot of people are saying this is going to be based on the Pokemon Special manga, and that is completely false. I don't know why people are saying it, because if you watch the preview, it's blatantly obvious that it's not based on the Pokemon Special manga. If anything, it's based on the Special manga combined with the Red or Fire Red game. But yeah, it's not based on the Special manga at all. The thing about the Pokemon Special manga is that, like, half the fucking gym leaders are in Team Rocket, and, like, every other person you meet is a complete asshole that wants to kill you or something. Well, not kill you, but wants to beat the shit out of you. And the preview was not that at all. Brock was pretty nice, which isn't the case. He's really arrogant in the manga. The main character did not have Charmander as his main Pokemon, and there was lots more violence in Pokemon getting cut in half and dying. And Lance and also in the preview you see Lance being seems like a nice guy, you know, in the Elite Four, you know, talking to you, telling you something. In the Pokemon Special manga, he fucking blows up half of Vermilion City. At least I think it's Vermilion City. I think it was Vermilion City. Whatever city it was, he blew up half of it. He's kind of an asshole. The Elite Four in general are complete douchebags in the Pokemon Special manga, and it doesn't seem to be the case with this. So it's not based on the Pokemon Special manga. It's based on, if anything, the, like, imagery kind of ideas from the manga combined with the video game. You know, the game, Fire Red or just Red. But it should still be interesting to see, I guess. You know, it looks pretty nicely animated, so I am interested to see it, but don't get your hopes up. It is not based on the Pokemon Special manga, which is pretty good. It's just based on the game. You know, it'll be basically pure Pokemon fantasy stuff, essentially. But yeah, it should still be interesting to watch. Anyways, what else is there to talk about, if anything? I do not think there is anything else OVA-wise to talk about. What about movies? Ooh! There's the Captain Harlock movie. I'm not sure why that hasn't come out yet. I'm not sure if that's the movie release or the DVD Blu-ray release or whatever, but it's basically a complete CG movie of Captain Harlock. He's like a space pirate or some shit. I don't actually know that whole lot about it, but I just like the promo art. It looks like it has really nice CG. The whole movie is in it, and it's like space pirate stuff or something, I think. So it looks really cool. So I really want to give it a watch, but it's not released by anyone yet. Actually, I think someone released it as like a shitty cam rip or something, or there's some subversion out somewhere, but it's not a very high quality. So I'm waiting for a more legitimate release to come out. Hopefully someone will do it. Anyways, I'm looking forward to that. What else do we have? We have some Kara no Kyokai movie. I'm not sure if this is the epilogue people have been talking about for ages, although apparently, based on the release date, this video will be out after this is already out. So maybe it's too late to talk about it, but that's coming out. It's based on something. I still have all the movies on me. I need to watch all of them. But yeah, there's that if you want to watch that. There's some stuff going on. The third Madoka Magica movie is finally coming out. So there's that. Obviously that's not going to come out immediately though, unless you watch like a shitty camera. I'm sure someone will have. The Blu-ray and DVD release will come later this year, if not next year. So you're gonna have to wait on that. But still, third Madoka movie looks pretty good. Be a nice little finale essentially to the series, although the series ended on a finale nice enough on its own. But hey, what else we got? Not really else I want to talk about. I guess I can mention Bayonetta's getting a movie. It's kind of a thing. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure what to think about that. I've never actually played Bayonetta. I've just seen other people play it and heard people talk about it and heard the praise for it and all that other stuff. So, hey, I don't know. I just hit my keyboard. So there's that. That's coming out on November 23rd, although again, Blu-ray DVD releases after this. These are the movie release times, essentially. Looking at the Madoka movie, I know that this is actually when it comes out in theaters. Or unless it's direct to DVD and Blu-ray. In that case, that's, I don't know. I don't know which ones are direct to Blu-ray and DVD, though, so I just have to guess. Although I'm not interested, I can also mention the Persona 3 movie. I guess they decided to adapt Persona 3 finally, which apparently people really like Persona 3 because they did Persona 4 and everyone's like, oh, Persona 3, what about that? That's really good. Apparently people really like it, so they're doing a movie versions of it. So the first movie, I'm guessing, because it says number 1, is coming out on November 23rd, so if you like Persona 3 and you want to watch the movie version of it, there you go. But yeah, otherwise there's not much else to talk about. And by not much else, I mean nothing else to talk about. So that was the fall 2013 anime preview, sort of guide by me. Those are the shows I'm going to be watching this season. These are the shows I think you should be watching, shows that I don't think you should be watching. Well, actually, that was just Diabolic Lovers. Fuck that show. And hopefully you got an idea for what shows you want to watch this season. Obviously, you don't have to take my recommendations of what I'm watching. You can watch whatever interests you. And as I said before, I can be wrong. Some shows that I think are going to be good are going to be complete shit. Some shows that I think are going to be complete shit could end up being fantastic. I don't know. So, watch what you want to watch, You really only have a synopsis and a picture to go off of, so you can really only use that and then just give it some episodes and see how it turns out. I don't know. Whatever you do. Anyways, that has been the fall 2013 anime sort of guide by Riyoga. So, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you for whatever video I make next. Bye.